Hi, my name is Andrea DiFrancesco, and I'm going to talk in this video about my American Idol online audition experience, and this is just for online auditions only. So I'm going to try not to be too long with it. I know that they only started doing the online auditions like a couple seasons ago, so I know that there's not a lot of info on it, and like a lot of people don't really know what the process is like, so I hope that this video will be helpful for people who want to try out online and they don't really know how it works. So the first thing that I'll say is that there is an FAQ section on American Idol's website. I don't know if it's accessible like when auditions aren't in the process, but you can look at it, I guess. So there are a lot of questions there that you can look at. So I'm just going to talk about the process, like the audition process, the application process. So the first thing that you have to do is go on AmericanIdol.com when they're taking auditions. I auditioned for season 13, and I believe they started taking online auditions possibly before the finale, but it might have been like right after the finale or something, but it was in May that they started taking them. And the final date, the deadline, was August 31st. So you have quite a long time to decide if you want to go audition in person or if you can't make it and you want to audition online. And I do believe that you can audition online and you can also audition in person if you want to, or you can do both. So you can do both. And I think if you got rejected from an in-person audition, you can audition online. I wouldn't quote myself on that, but I think you can do that. Or at least if you can give it a shot anyway. I just wouldn't get my hopes up that they would, give you a pass that time. But I think you can do both. And if you get rejected from an in-person audition, I do think you can actually audition at any of the other in-person auditions. So you can go to like all of them if you can or if you wanted to. So about the online process. I'm going to try to remember it as best I can because I did this back in July, so it's been a while, so I don't remember it quite as well. But I do remember that the first thing you have to do is you have to fill out all the basic information like your name and your birth date and where you're from. And if you're under 18, you have to have a parent like do all of that stuff for you, and then like you also fill it out and stuff, or you have to verify or something like that. You also have to upload a picture of yourself, and it has to be like a certain file size, because I remember taking a bunch of pictures with a digital camera and the file size was too big, so I had to use like a lower quality one from my webcam. So just be aware of that and make sure that it's a good picture. And then the first section of the application is like the picture and all the info about yourself, your name, birth date, and all of that. And I think it's also like a lot of fill-in answer questions. Like they want to know like a paragraph about like your life story, like if you've been through any challenges or anything like that. And they also want to know your audition city preference. So like they want you to list like in order like which city would be your first choice all the way down to your last choice. If I'm looking down, it's because I have notes, so that's why I'm looking down. So yeah, the first section is basically just like fill in answers like general information and like a paragraph about yourself and everything. The second section is like a video recorded section, and you have to use their webcam. Like a little thing will come up and it'll say like permission to use your webcam, and you click OK. So you can't like film it on a digital camera. You can't film it with the iCam or whatever it is. Like you have to do it with their webcam. So you have to make sure that like you can review it afterwards, like you can play it back and if you don't like how the sound turned out or something, you can like redo it. So they ask you, and you only have 2 minutes to do it. I think after 2 minutes, it just like automatically cuts off. So you have to make sure that you answer everything within the 2-minute mark, and there will be like a little time thing, like a clock down at the bottom that will tell you like how far along you are. So they'll ask you, I forget exactly all the questions they ask, but it's not too many. They ask you like what your hometown is like. They ask you kind of like, why are you the next American Idol, or like, what does it mean to you, and that kind of thing. They ask you again, like, if you've had any challenges in your life. I don't know why they asked it, like, in a written form and then they ask it for the video, but they ask you again, like, if you've gone through any challenges or anything, like, life-changing like that. They also ask you, I think, about your influences, like, what artists you like and you listen to and stuff. So the second section is a video, and you have 2 minutes, and like I said, you can, if you don't like how it turned out, then you can like go back and re-record it, and you can do it as many times as you want, and then when you're satisfied with it, you can hit submit. Then the final section is the actual audition, and you have to sing a cappella. You can't have, it'll have details on the website about like all the rules with that, but you can't have any music, you can't have any instruments, you can't have other people in the room with you, you can't have other people singing with you, you can't, like, you have to, again, use their webcam, you can't record it separately or anything like that, just a cappella, and you get 2 minutes again. And like I said, at the 2-minute mark, I think it just automatically cuts off, so you want to make sure that you like plan your song so that you like get everything in 2 minutes. For me, I actually sang Put Your Records On by Kareem Bailey Rae, and I mean, they give you tips about song choice. Like, I've heard a lot of things, like, don't do songs that have been overdone, and like, you know, do a song that shows off your voice because you only have 2 minutes and stuff like that. So you want to choose a song that like shows your ability, because like it's not like in the in-person auditions, sometimes they'll ask you like to sing a second song or, you know, something like that. So you have to really make sure that your song choice is good. And this also, you get like multiple chances to redo it, which I actually found surprising, but it's just like the other video thing where you can like go back and redo it if you don't like how it turned out, and then once you are happy with it, you can hit submit, and that's the end of the application. The other thing that you can do, which is really good, is that you can save it at any point. So like, you just have to make sure that like if you finish part 1 of the application, you have to just make sure you hit save, I think, or something like that, and then you can like, as long as you log in, like they'll, like once you register, you'll be given like an identification number, and I think you might create like a login name or something like that. So you just have to make sure when you come back that you log in, and then it'll bring you right back to where you were on your application. You just have to make sure that you hit save, and when you're done with each part, you can do like save and submit, and it'll bring you to the next part. So it's good that like if you're not ready to do the audition part yet, that you can go back to it at any point. The reply time and the results. Like I said, I think this year for season 13, they took auditions from like May to August 31st. I know it's the deadline. And you can submit anytime like between that. And I think the deadline is like, you know, it's like midnight Pacific, Eastern time or something on August 31st, and so I submitted mine the end of July, and I got an email. They notify you by email, because that was one thing I wasn't sure about. I didn't know if they were going to notify us by email, like, because they also say to give your phone number and stuff, so I wasn't sure if they were going to notify us by email or like if they only notify people who made it through. They do notify everyone, as far as I know, by email. And it just said like some generic message like, thank you for auditioning, but we have chosen, like, we haven't chosen you to move forward this year, try out again next year or something. So I didn't make it, and it's okay if you don't make it, because there are a lot of really good people, both the online auditions and the in-person auditions, who don't make it past the first round. And that's also true for other shows like The Voice and stuff like that. So it doesn't mean that you're not good. It just means, like, you know, you have to remember that they're casting for a TV show, and so they want like certain kinds of people, and especially American Idol in particular, they look for those like crazy people to put on TV and stuff. So if you don't make it, then like there's other shows to try out for and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna be looking for The Voice auditions for season 6 that are coming up, and I'm probably gonna go in person this time if I can. I definitely think if you can make it in person, definitely do it in person, because you might have a better chance. I mean, I don't think that's a guarantee, but you know, it's just always better, because like with online, you never know if they even look at it or anything like that. So the reply time is actually quick. I got the email on September 16th. So it was only a couple weeks after the deadline. So obviously if you audition back in May, you're going to be waiting a while to hear back. So the reply time was very quickly. And like I didn't make it, and I got an email that just said I didn't. So that was really good. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. If I didn't answer, like if you have other questions that I didn't answer in this video, then you can leave a comment below and I will try my best to answer it. So I hope that this was helpful. I know I took a little long with it, but you know, I just wanted to touch upon like everything that I could remember about the audition and like any tips that I had about it, and my overall experience with it. This was my first time auditioning for the show, and actually auditioning for any show. And I know that there are other videos you can look at, and like I said, there's an FAQ on their website that will tell you more about it. So I hope that this was helpful, and if you're gonna audition, then definitely good luck to you. And yeah, so feel free to leave any comments if you have like more questions or anything like that, and thank you for watching. Bye.